Stock investing, how to invest with skill. Stock investing, like any investment, needs to be built on solid foundations. In today's video, the focus is going to be investing safely and investing with skill. We are going to go over how not to invest in stocks. Then we'll be quickly moving on to how to invest in stocks, how to pick stocks. Then I'll be finishing with my target ROI, return on investment. Right then, how not to invest in stocks. Learn from your own mistakes, but why not learn from mine? If you can learn from me, it will save you valuable time. You can invest with skill from the start. This isn't all of my mistakes, not even close. I really have learned the hard way after many mistakes as an investor looking to earn quick, easy money. If you're looking for speedy returns, it's very likely that you will be left disappointed. The stock market really doesn't care if you want to be financially free in a quick 6 weeks. Anyway, here's a small sample of my mistakes. Mistakes from a battle-hardened investor. Don't chase quick, easy money. Don't rush in without doing your research. Don't rush in because of FOMO, like investing because your mate said or because your colleague said. Basically, getting jealous because you think you're going to miss out on quick money. Don't put your life savings into any one investment. Don't spend years not investing because of previous mistakes. 100% don't check your stocks regularly, like every 5 minutes. This brings stress and anxiety. As I said, this is just a small sample of my mistakes. For all of my mistakes and lessons learned over the years, you can get a copy of my first book, FI Money, Learn the Hard Way, Teach the Easy Way. See below for details on how you can get a free copy of my first book. Anyway, how to invest in single stocks. As I've touched on, I know exactly how not to invest in single stocks, like steaming in without doing research or investing in a company because the lads down the pub gave me some solid advice on the latest company that would make me a fortune. Losing my life savings as a 28-year-old didn't feel good at all, and this meant I didn't even consider investing in the stock market until 2019 as a 36-year-old. I didn't even consider my financial future. When you learn about how to invest in the stock market, you learn things like the power of compound interest. Basically, interest on top of interest. Looking back, I missed out on 8 years of compound interest. I missed out on some serious returns. Fortunately, I now know how to invest in single stocks. This is because I've taken my time to learn from my mistakes and to read the books. This is what I want for any novice investors. Learn from my mistakes and then go away and read the books on how to invest. Here's a quick summary of how to invest in single stocks. Work on your personal finances. Get a cash buffer. Only invest with money you are willing to lose. This is very important. Do your own research. Work on your long-term plan and stick to it. Choose a platform to buy single stocks, like Interactive Brokers. Check on the price, but don't obsess on the price. Maybe once every couple of days, something like that. How to pick single stocks. For years, I've been reading Money Week, and they mention PE ratio a lot when picking stock. That's the price per earnings ratio, and you find it by dividing the price of the stock by the earnings per share. If a company has a low PE ratio, it's seen to be cheap, and some would say good value. But when you really look into stock picking and learn how to pick stocks, this isn't really a good metric to use to pick stocks. The company with a low PE ratio is probably cheap for a reason, All I'm saying is don't be put off by a company with a high PE ratio. Here are some of the things you should be focusing on when looking at single stocks. The balance sheet, how much cash flow the company has and how much debt, if any. The people in charge, who's the CEO and are they pushing the company forward? Have any of the big boys been buying into the stock? Big institutions like BlackRock or Vanguard, for example. Comparing the company to similar companies in that particular industry. Whether or not this is a leading company within its industry is another metric. Then you've got earnings per share. Earnings per share is a company's profit after tax divided by the average number of shares outstanding. ROE, return on earnings, sales, volumes as a 50-day average. Now this is just a brief summary of how to pick stocks. In an upcoming video, I'll be going into much more detail of exactly how to pick stocks, so look out for this video. My target ROI of 15%. Now historically, inflation figures have been at or around 2%. That's one of the reasons why I've aimed for an ROI of 10%, a return on investment of 10% with property over the last few years. But as we know, these inflation figures have went up massively over the last year or so. Currently, official inflation figures in the UK are around 11%. Now with the cost of everything going up by much more than 11%, the actual inflation figures are more likely to be a lot higher, maybe it's 20%. I've been reading a lot about inflation over the last few months, and it's pushed me further towards Bitcoin and other cryptos. It's also made me reconsider my target ROI, my target of 10% with my investments. This was mainly with property, and I used to compare this target ROI of 10% with savings accounts in the UK of 1% or less. My new target is 15% to try and match inflation. To do this, I'm going to keep investing with property, index investing and crypto. I'm also throwing single stocks into the mix as I've really earned my right to risk, and I'm looking for bigger returns. Buy and hold with single stocks is going to be part of my long-term investing plan, along with property and index investing and crypto. If you're a beginner, single stocks might not be the way to go. I would personally go with index investing to reduce your risk when you're first starting out. If you're not sure about how to invest with index funds, go to my stocks and shares playlist on my YouTube channel and you'll find some useful videos all about index investing. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed the content and are busting to subscribe to the channel. If you're not quite ready to subscribe, a thumbs up will be a big help to this channel. Thanks for listening.